Hey friend, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. This is your safe space, your calm corner of the internet, your quiet doorway to a softer night. I know your mind probably carries 100 thoughts right now, some heavy, some blurry, some just quietly buzzing in the background. But for the next little while, you don't have to hold any of them. Right now, it's just you, your breath, and this calm voice guiding you gently toward rest. This channel is made for your peace, for your mind to slow down, for your heart to soften, for your spirit to breathe again. So lay back, let your shoulders drop, feel the weight slipping away, and let this soft story hold you like a warm blanket around your thoughts. Tonight, we're going to drift into the universe, not with loud science, not with complicated ideas, but with a gentle, dreamy story about gravity, the soft force that keeps everything in place and helps your mind feel safe enough to sleep. So close your eyes, inhale slowly, exhale gently, and let's begin. Chapter 1. The first quiet spark. Before you, before me, before every planet and star, there was only darkness. Not a scary darkness, not a cold one, but a deep, endless quiet, a silence so soft that even time felt sleepy. The universe wasn't rushing anywhere. It wasn't trying to become anything. It simply existed. Calm, still, peaceful. And then, in the middle of this absolute silence, something small happened. A shimmer, barely there, like the faint glow of a firefly in an infinitely dark forest. It wasn't loud. It didn't explode. It breathed into existence. A tiny cloud of energy, delicate and scattered, unfolding like a slow exhale. This cloud drifted through the silence, unbothered, floating with the softness of dust caught in a warm ray of sunlight. But inside that cloud, something gentle began to awaken. Not a voice, not a sound. A pull. Soft, subtle, almost shy, but real. This pull didn't force anything. It didn't demand attention. Instead, it simply invited the surrounding dust with a warm, invisible kindness. Come closer, you belong with me. And little by little, the drifting particles listened. They drifted inward, almost like a slow-motion dance. Each grain coming closer made the pull a little stronger, and the stronger the pull became, the more dust gathered. Nothing rushed, nothing collided violently. The universe was patient, and the dust followed that patience. Over millions of years that passed like long, peaceful breaths, the dust gathered into a warm, thickening cloud. It glowed in gentle shades, soft gold, faint blue, a whisper of white. It didn't look like a star yet, just a cocoon of glowing dust, held by the universe's very first hug. And this hug, this soft, invisible invitation to come closer, was gravity. Gravity, in its earliest form, wasn't the strong force we feel on Earth. It wasn't pulling oceans or holding planets. Back then, it was just a quiet, gentle whisper inside the universe saying, "You're not alone. Come together, form something beautiful." And the universe listened. Piece by piece, the glowing cloud folded into itself. Layers hugged layers, dust embraced dust. The warmth inside grew, slowly, patiently, until one day, something wonderful happened. A subtle flare, not harsh, but soft and hopeful. The glow turned brighter, warmer, steadier, and with that, the very first star opened its eyes. It didn't roar into life. It simply began to shine, soft, golden light spilling into the endless quiet. And this light, this gentle warmth, was the universe's first lullaby. Gravity, the soft pull that started with a whisper, had created something breathtaking without ever raising its voice. It was a reminder that even the calmest forces, even the quietest beginnings, can create worlds. And tonight, as your body sinks deeper into rest, that same gentle force is holding you too. Quietly, softly, effortlessly, just like it held the first spark of light in the universe's endless night. Chapter 2. The slow gathering of stars. As the newborn star settled into its gentle glow, it warmed the quiet space around it, not with heat that burns, but with a calm presence, like a night lamp in a child's room, protecting the darkness from feeling too heavy. The dust that hadn't joined the star continued to drift outward, floating in slow spiral, moving through currents of gravity that felt more like soft breezes than force. Some particles drifted away peacefully, some returned to the star like old friends, and some found each other and began forming new glowing clouds. Gravity watched everything silently, never rushing, never pushing, just guiding gently, like a parent placing a hand on a child's back as they take their first steps. As the dust gathered, small clusters of light flickered in different corners of the quiet universe. One cluster glowed pale blue, another shimmered faint red, another pulsed softly, like the heartbeat of a sleeping giant. These clusters were the seeds of future stars, stars that would shine for billions of years, warming plants, nurturing life, creating nights worth dreaming under. But all of this, every cluster, every glow, every spark, existed because of one simple truth. Gravity kept everything connected. Even dust that drifted far away still felt its gentle invitation. Not a command, not an order, but a whisper. You can come back if you want to. You're part of something bigger. You belong, and that's the quiet beauty of gravity. It never forces. It never shouts. It simply reminds everything in the universe that nothing is ever truly alone. As more stars formed, the darkness changed. What was once an empty, silent void became dotted with glowing islands of light. Soft, golden stars. Cool, blue stars. Slow-burning red stars. All of them suspended in perfect calm, held not by ropes or chains, but by a force gentle, enough to let everything move freely, yet strong enough to keep everything connected. Stars drifted into groups, families of light called galaxies. Some formed spiral arms like swirling seashells. Some formed bright, globular clusters. Some stretched into elegant, soft bars of starlight. And through all of this motion, all of this drifting, swirling, forming, and shining, gravity remained patient and soft. No matter how far stars wandered, they still belonged to the same cosmic family. You might not feel it every day, but something similar happens here on Earth. You're held, you're grounded, you're connected to a world that keeps you safe. And as you drift closer to sleep, your breath slows, your thoughts quiet, and gravity cradles you gently, just as it cradles stars across endless space. Tonight, you are part of that same peaceful universe, a universe built from calm beginnings, soft connections, and the quiet pull of something that never lets you drift too far. When the little rock felt almost invisible, all around it, stars were forming, blazing into life, and joining families of light. But this rock, it did not glow, it did not shimmer, it had no warmth. It was just cold, quiet stone, floating without a home. But the universe, in its deep wisdom, never lets anything float forever without purpose, and gravity, gentle, patient gravity, always knows how to guide even the loneliest wandering pieces. One day, the little rock drifted close to a beautiful, newly born star. Not too close, just within reach of the star's gentle gravitational touch. The star glowed golden, warm, patient. Not hungry, not burning with rage, but quietly alive, a soft candle in the vast dark. And for the first time, the rock felt something, a pull, not a command, not a demand. A quiet invitation, stay near me, not too close, not too far, just stay. The rock drifted a bit closer, as if shyly accepting the invitation, and then something beautiful happened. It didn't keep falling inward. It didn't crash into the star. Instead, it curved. It moved with a soft arc, a gentle slide through space like a feather being carried by a calm breeze. It began to orbit. It began to belong. Slowly, dust began to attach itself to the rock. Tiny grains first soft, delicate, then larger pieces, small stones, cracked fragments, bits of drifting matter. Gravity gathered everything with patience. Dust hugged the rock, stone kissed stone. Layer after layer formed, slow, quiet, steady. Thousands of years, millions of years, billions of years, one soft moment at a time. And then, the wandering rock was no longer small, no longer lonely. It had grown into a planet, round, whole, complete, still quiet, still gentle, still carried by the soft pull of the star, but now with oceans waiting to form, winds waiting to breathe, and life waiting to dream. The universe had taken something lonely and turned it into something beautiful, not with force, not with noise, but with calm, steady patience. Just as life often does. Sometimes you may feel like that little rock, drifting, unsure, not glowing as brightly as others, but the universe has a way of pulling you gently toward exactly where you belong. And in the quiet moments, moments like this, when you're letting yourself rest, you might even feel that same soft pull around your own heart. A quiet whisper, you're not alone, you're part of something, you belong. And with that peaceful truth, the newly formed planet continued its silent, beautiful orbit, held by gravity, held by belonging, held by a cosmic tenderness that never lets anything drift forever. Chapter 4. The moon that learned to dance long after the little rock grew into a full, beautiful planet. Another quiet wanderer drifted its way nearby. This wanderer was smaller, colder, more fragile, a pale, dusty sphere, silent and without warmth. It had no direction. It simply drifted wherever the universe carried it, softly tumbling, softly spinning, softly waiting. And then, as if destiny guided their paths, the small wandering sphere passed near the newly formed planet. Not too close, just near enough to feel the planet's gentle pull. It wasn't strong. It wasn't forceful. It was a calm hand extended into the void. The little sphere felt it immediately. A quiet tug. A soft invitation. A whisper. Stay with me, if you want to. The sphere drifted inward, drawn by the planet's steady presence, its oceans, its warmth, its calm rotation. But something miraculous happened again. It didn't fall. It didn't crash. It curved, just like the planet once did with the star. And with that curve, that soft, perfect arc, a dance began. The moon found its orbit. Not too tight, not too loose. Just right. The planet pulled gently, and the moon pulled back in its own quiet way. This balance, this beautiful, delicate exchange, created the rhythm of tides, the timing of nights, and the softness of moonlit skies. Night after night, the moon circled its companion, glowing faintly with the borrowed light of the sun, sometimes bright and full, sometimes thin like a silver smile, sometimes hidden completely. But always there, always dancing. Gravity held them together not as prison and prisoner, but as silent partner, each shaping the other, each offering something to the other. And through this soft celestial dance, the world below became calmer, more predictable, safer for life to dream. The tides rose and fell, like the earth breathing slowly in sleep. The moon's glow softened darkness, giving comfort to creatures who feared the night. And the planet, it never felt alone again. It had a companion, a silent friend circling in everlasting peace. Tonight, as you breathe slowly, as your muscles release their tension, as your eyelids grow heavy, remember the moon. Remember how something small, quiet, and wandering found a place to belong just by listening to a gentle pull. Maybe you feel that pull tonight. Maybe it's guiding your thoughts toward rest. Maybe it's guiding your heart toward peace. Gravity is not just a force. It's a promise that even in the vastness of everything, you are held, you are supported, you have a place. And as you drift like the moon into your own orbit of sleep, gravity is there, soft, steady, loving, guiding you gently into the calm of the night. Chapter 5, the soft breath of oceans. As the moon settled into its gentle orbit, something quiet began to shift on the young planet below. Seas that once rested in stillness began to move, not with waves crashing, not with storms, but with soft, rhythmic breaths, like a world learning how to inhale and exhale for the first time. Gravity, the same calm force that had gathered stars and brought the moon into its perfect dance, now whispered to the oceans, come closer, now drift away, now return. And the water listened. The tides rose like a slow, peaceful sigh, then fell with equal softness, gliding across newborn shorelines, smooth and steady. Every movement was gentle, a cradle, a pulse, a lullaby. The oceans began shaping the edges of the world, smoothing rough stones, carving quiet bays, polishing forgotten sands. Nothing in nature rushed, nothing fought. Everything followed the calm rhythm gravity had written into the fabric of existence. Under the surface, tiny sparks of life began to feel the pull as well. Little cells drifted with the tides, floating in the warm cradle of the sea, letting the water carry them like newborn dreams. They didn't swim yet. They didn't need to. The world moved for them, softly rocking them in the embrace of the tides. Gravity wasn't just holding oceans to the planet. It was giving life a gentle place to begin. Above the waters, clouds formed slowly, soft gray blankets drifting across the sky. Whispers of rain fell, each drop guided downward by the same quiet force. And when drops returned to the sea, the cycle continued. Rise, fall, return. Everything, every wave, every current, every breath of wind followed the same calm invitation, come home. It was as if the entire planet had begun breathing, not gasping, not rushing, but breathing calmly, deeply, comfortably. And this quiet breath echoed through the world for millions of years. Tonight, as you lie down and feel the rise and fall of your own breathing, you are mirroring that ancient rhythm, the slow, soothing pulse of a world shaped by gravity. Your chest rises, like a tide reaching the shore. Your chest falls, like water returning to the sea. Gravity holds you, just as it held the oceans, gently, lovingly, without ever letting go. And just as the planet softened under the touch of its tides, your mind softens too, letting the world settle, letting your thoughts drift, letting sleep come closer with every quiet breath. Chapter 6, the forest that followed the light. Once the oceans learned their rhythm and the moon settled into its slow, silver dance, the planet began to change in deeper, more beautiful ways. Light from the sun, soft, golden, patient, slid across the surface every morning, touching the world like a warm hand stroking a newborn's head. Wherever sunlight met water, something magical started to happen. Small, delicate organisms floated near the surface, bathing in the gentle glow. Slowly, quietly, they learned how to gather that light, turn it into energy, and share it with the world. Gravity kept them close to the water, close to the warmth, so they could grow without drifting into empty space. And grow they did. Tiny specks became clusters. Clusters became patches. Patches became fields of soft green. Over millions of calm, patient years, these simple forms turned into plants, ferns, moss, grasses, each one reaching gently upward, as if thanking the sun for every quiet morning. The first forests grew slowly, tree by tree, branch by branch. Not thick at first, not loud, just soft, peaceful stretches of green moving with the breeze. And gravity, it touched every leaf, every trunk, every blade of grass. It guided tree roots downward, anchoring them gently into the soil, whispering, stay. Grow here, you are safe. It guided branches upward, inviting them to reach for the sun. And if gravity itself knew that light was a gift worth growing toward, the trees responded with gratitude. their leaves rustling in soft waves. A forest breathing in harmony with the world around it. Animals slowly appeared. First tiny, cautious loves peeking from behind stones, then larger, stronger ones walking on soft earth. Each one moved with the same balance that gravity offered them. Feet grounded, muscles steady, bodies held firmly to the world. Birds learned to glide, letting the wind lift them but always returning to the embrace of the earth when gravity called them home. Even the tallest mountain stood peacefully under its touch. Massive but humble, solid but gentle. Everything in the forests, from the quiet moss to the whispering leaves, followed the calm guidance of gravity, and the world became a place where silence wasn't empty, it was soothing. Where stillness wasn't lonely, it was peaceful. Where life didn't rush, it blossomed in slow, beautiful harmony. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your breath fall into its easy rhythm, remember the forests. Remember how every leaf followed its natural path. How every tree grew with patience. How every sound in a calm forest can soothe the soul. Just like the trees. You don't need to rush. You don't need to force anything. You just need to rest, to breathe, to let yourself be held by the same gentle force that guided forests into life. Gravity, quiet, steady, loving, is holding you now. Let it carry the weight. Let it soften your thoughts. Let it ease your heart towards sleep. You are safe. You belong. You are being held. Just like the forests, just like the mountains, just like the stars. Chapter 8. The creatures that learned to walk approximately equal to 1,000 calming, emotional words after the sky settled into its gentle embrace and the forest swayed quietly beneath it. A new chapter unfolded on the planet, one filled with movement, curiosity, and quiet bravery. Life that once floated in oceans began to grow bolder. Tiny creatures, soft, fragile, barely noticeable, crawled to the edges of the water. The shoreline was warm, bathed in sunlight, softened by waves. When these little beings touched the land, gravity greeted them gently. You can try standing, I will hold you. And so, with awkward wiggles and tiny pushes, the first creatures lifted themselves just slightly above the earth. Not tall, not gracefully, just enough to feel something new weight. But it wasn't frightening, it wasn't heavy, it was grounding. The gentle pull of gravity said you are part of this world. You belong here. Day after peaceful day, these creatures explored. First crawling, then pushing, then rising. Walking did not happen suddenly. It was a slow, patient journey, a quiet evolution shaped by gravity's steady hand. Each time a creature fell, gravity guided it back to the earth, not as punishment, but as a reminder, here is your foundation, try again. And they did. Step by tiny step, foot by uncertain foot, movement blossomed. Legs grew stronger, bones learned balance, muscles learned rhythm. The creatures discovered a new freedom, a way to travel landscapes, to explore forests, to climb hills, to chase sunlight and find shelter. Walking became a dance between effort and support, between the desire to stand and the gentle assurance that the ground would always be there. As millions of years drifted by like soft breaths in the universe, walking creatures grew braver, taller, faster, more curious. Some walked on 4 legs, steady and sure. Some balanced on 2, wobbling at first, then finding grace. Each movement was shaped by gravity's quiet rule. Stay grounded. Feel the earth beneath you. Grow from here. You feel this same rule every day, in the way your feet touch the floor, in the way your shoulder relax when you lie down, in the way your body knows how to settle when you are tired. Gravity is not a force that pushes you down, it is the force that holds you up, the same way it held those early creatures as they learned to walk into a brand new world. Tonight, as your body grows heavier with rest, remember that heaviness is not a burden. It is comfort. It is grounding. It is your body saying, let go. You are safe. I am ready to rest. Just as those ancient creatures trusted gravity enough to rise, you can trust it enough to relax. Let yourself sink into the bed. Let your thoughts settle. Let your breathing soften. You are supported. You are held. You are gently guided toward the quiet peace that comes just before sleep.